train will stop in Venezia Mestre, Padova, Ferrara, Bologna Centrale, Firenze Santa Maria Novella, Roma Tiburtina, Roma Termini. We invite you to be. We are now approaching Firenze Santa Maria Novella. We invite you.
Welcome to Florence.
Hey guys, it's my first day here in Florence, Italy. I am beyond excited. I came to Florence for a few reasons. I came for the historic architecture, the churches, the beautiful cathedrals. I came for its massive collection of classical paintings. And I came here for steak because the steak in Florence is supposed to be out of this world. Some say it's even better than Japanese wagyu. I'll be the judge of that. Right now, I'm at a popular steakhouse. A lot of my local friends recommended Pianineria. In this place, look at this. I mean, that's just the biggest cleaver I've ever seen in my life. With such a giant cleaver, does that mean the steaks are massive? I think so. Yeah, I should have Kobe here too. Usually I'll be salivating over this, but we're not here for that. You know what? I really don't care what else is on this menu. We are here for this grilled T-bone steak. So the steak that's cooked in Florence is simply called la bistecca. The meat is special because it comes from Chianina cattle, which is one of the oldest breeds of cows in the world. And this thing, when I say big, these steaks are supposed to be ginormous. From what I understand, they're not gonna ask you, or you're not supposed to tell them how well you want the steak done. You're supposed to leave it to the chef because the steak is only really cooked one way, and it's pretty rare. Anyway, as I'm talking about it, my mouth is watering. Let's get our steak on. Yeah, we're ready. Cool. I would just like a massive piece of steak.
Okay.
How big does it go?
Okay, so we can do maybe 1 kilogram or 1.2 for sharing.
1.2, that's about 2 pounds.
Yes, about that.
Can you go up more? Can you do 2 kilos?
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We do maybe medium rare, something like that.
Medium rare sounds fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Before the steak, I know I got a massive steak, but I gotta do this. So here, olive oil and tomatoes, mushrooms and Parmesan. This is the ragu, so it's ragu sauce and mushrooms, so meat and mushrooms here. And this is supposed to be the best, chicken liver pate. You know, I saved my stomach space today for the massive steak I'm about to enjoy, but this looks absolutely superb. The tomato is so ripe and fresh. My stomach is just rumbling right now. Oh my gosh. A little piece of tomato pop. It's okay. These are some of the juiciest tomatoes I think I have ever had. Oh man, with that lovely mild olive oil drizzled all over. This thing is like touching my soul right now. This definitely does not look like that typical jar of ragu you get from the supermarket. I mean, this is like 99% meat right here. Oh, that is meaty. It's like the beef flavor just bum rushed me. This is the mushroom with Parmesan. Is it weird that I like this more than the meat sauce? This is so good. That strong mushroom flavor, it's almost truffly. There's truffle in this, right?
Yes, this is with truffle and Parmesan cheese.
It's truffle with Parmesan cheese, not just mushroom with Parmesan cheese. Oh my God, okay. So what I misunderstood, because the server said mushroom and Parmesan cheese, I thought it was just mushroom and Parmesan. This is truffle with Parmesan cheese. If you like truffle, this is your jam. I've been wanting to kind of get into this, and they say this is the best thing on the plate right here. Look at this. It's mild, slight organ flavor. You can definitely tell it is liver. It's got a stronger liver flavor than the pate I had in New York. But I love that slight organ taste of the chicken liver. So you get the smoothness of the pate. Then you got that slight little pieces of liver that changes the texture just a little bit. I think this and the truffle, get this if you come here. This might be the coolest steak knife I've ever been given at a restaurant, any restaurant. It's a mini cleaver. That's pretty cool. And you have 2 of them. You can now walk down a dark alley. They brought over the plate. This is pretty fitting for a steak. I mean, this is just my personal plate. It's not even the plate the steak is coming on. The anticipation is killing me right now. Oh, Here it is. Wow, that is a sight. So there you go. There you got the tenderloin here and the sirloin here. Best of both worlds. This is beautiful. This is the rarest I've ever had steak. I don't usually like steak that rare, but this is just the way it is here. You gotta just go with it. Comes with 3 sauces, black truffle, tomatoes and mayonnaise, and red onion sauce. This is the biggest steak I've ever had. I'm gonna take a piece in the middle. This is a juicy and kind of bloody piece of steak. All right, that first bite, that was a little bigger than I should have, but this is one flavorful steak. Florentine steak is completely different. They're usually aged about 20 days or so, and they just become gorgeously tender. Now, take a look at the steak. There's not a lot of marbling in the steak because this cow is not just sitting there drinking sake, being massaged all day. This breed of cattle is known to be really lean, but the meat is much beefier than, say, Japanese wagyu. I gotta try a piece of the tenderloin. This is where it's at. Look how tender this meat is. It's tender and juicy. Look at this. You heard of hot knife through butter? That was kind of like that, except for this is regular knife through steak. Oh, God. Excuse me, I had a little out-of-body beef experience right there. This is unbelievable. The tenderloin part of this steak, oh my gosh. And again, this is a lean piece of beef. If you ever wonder how a really lean piece of beef can just melt in your mouth, come here and try this steak. I've had countless tenderloins, filet mignons in my life. This is on a whole other level. I could tell right away when I cut the steak that this was gonna be gentle. I didn't know this was gonna be like sitting in a rocking chair, enjoying a gentle breeze in the middle of spring. That's exactly how I felt with this piece of steak into my mouth. Wow. It's like a lullaby. It's being hummed to every one of my taste buds. And they're all just serenaded by this incredible, incredible cut of steak. Another thing, excuse me, something else just hit me. This thing is smoky. I don't think this is a regular broiler. I think this is cooked over charcoal. You can taste that charcoal smoke flavor in the steak. Wow, so you get that slight hint of bitterness in some little pieces. And to me, that's just lovely. And something else about this, wagyu is one of my favorite things ever in the world. But eating wagyu in Japan, after like 3-4 pieces, it does hit you. It does do stuff to your stomach where you're kind of like, I don't know if I can eat anymore because it's getting a little too fatty for me. I mean, I still eat it because it's awesome. I push through it, but you do feel it in your stomach like you need some more water, you need some citrus, something to kind of cut that fat. But this, you don't get that at all. I've had 4 pieces of steak already. I thought this was gonna be a challenge, like 2 kilos. Give me 4 kilos. I'll knock that out too. Oh, you see all this juice just circulating through this meat. And I almost feel like I'm bullying it by just slightly poking it with the fork. They did say to add a little oil to the steak is gonna bring out more of the beefiness, and to add some extra salt and pepper. The steak is not seasoned as heavily as steakhouses in the US, but to me, it's actually perfect. That olive oil can really do no wrong. You can put that thing on anything, automatically makes it better. This is not just a meal. This is an experience right now. The olive oil does enhance the flavor of the beef, plus it makes that bite in your mouth so aromatic. I'm gonna try this on the truffle sauce here. Like typically at a good steakhouse, you're taught never put the steak in sauce, never add anything to it, just eat it the way it is. But hey, it's here, they told me to use it, I'm gonna try it. Wow, if you like truffles, and I do, that's definitely something you should do. But for me, I feel like the olive oil and the salt and pepper actually tastes better than that because it doesn't really distract you at all from the wonderful pure beefiness of the steak itself. I'm just gonna try the other 2 sauces just to try it. The tomato mayonnaise sauce, it's just like spaghetti sauce. I wouldn't dip my steak in that anymore. And the onion sauce. That's actually pretty good. But I'm going back to the basics. A little olive oil, a little salt and pepper. That's what you should do to your steak. This is just the greatest thing. A little tenderloin. little salt and pepper and olive oil. Oh, there's a nice chunk of fat on this too. I feel like my taste buds uplifted, my spirits uplifted, my soul's uplifted. And the more you eat it, the more you want to eat. Like, I've had half the steak so far. I don't really even feel it. Like, I can keep going. So if you guys have a big appetite, I recommend coming here. 1 kilo might not be enough for you. Maybe get 2, you know? Because like they say, you can't really have enough of a good steak or a good thing, one of those two. But one thing is for sure, if you are ever in Florence or you are ever in Italy and you're a steak lover, come to Florence and get this steak. It might just change your life. Then go to Japan and get the wagyu, because really, these are like the king and queen of the steak world. Incredibly fatty and marbled, incredibly lean and beefy. I promise you, your life as a steak lover would not be fulfilled until you have both of these. Well, this is pretty much done, but let me just change plates here. This is the best part of a steak. Right off the bones. Ain't no shame trying to get every single morsel of meat off the bones. Ain't no shame in picking it up. There's still a lot of good meat here. What a fantastic first meal here in Florence. I love steak. I came to the city really aimed at eating this, and it did not disappoint. All right, I'm gonna get back to working on this, and we still got dessert coming up. The other thing I wanted to try my first day in Florence is the gelato. Now, nobody really knows where exactly gelato was originated, but people in Florence say it's right here. And oh, this place was supposed to be really awesome. I heard from this gentleman here that pistachio and tiramisu are awesome. Are you the chef? Yes? What's your name, sir?
Francesco.
Francesco? You made this every single day?
Sì, da pistacchio e tiramisù.
The best?
Great for you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I love gelato, and being able to have gelato in Italy, that's just the greatest thing. Wow. Oh dang. Come here and get the tiramisu gelato. It's basically an icy, creamy tiramisu. And the pistachio, I think, is one of their most popular flavors. It seriously tastes like I bit into a handful of pistachio. And somehow it all got creamier and sweeter. This is different than any pistachio gelato or ice cream I've ever had. It literally tastes like I just got done chewing a mouthful of pistachio. And you can see the little pieces of pistachio in here. That's some hardcore gelato wizardry. This thing is out of this world. Like, literally tastes like it was made in Hogwarts or something. Is it weird that now that I'm eating gelato, I'm kind of getting hungry again? Like, what is something wrong? You know what? I'm just gonna see it as a gift. Perfect follow-up to a fantastic Florence steak dinner. And besides being rained on, I gotta say, what a deliciously beautiful food day. And guys, of course, all the places I went to is listed for you in my description box below. Again, by the time you're watching this video, I'm no longer in Italy. If you want to know where I am in real time, make sure to follow my Instagram account and my Twitter account. Both of them are listed right here and in my description box as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later. Come get this gelato. Get the pistachio. It's like you're eating real pistachio, but in ice cream form. I don't know how to do it.